Hi everyone, and first of all, a very happy and healthy new year. Today we're going to see how Kneipp works with absorbent applications, that is, water applications with salt or clay, and which uses most often in combination with other applications, most often dissolvent applications, and most often alternately. So the goal is to give some examples as to show how important they are. Because in certain situations, some life-threatening troubles or diseases, or such as during big heat waves, when the body can't cool down, if the weather is humid, and which can also be life-threatening, these absorbent applications can save life. So I thought it worthwhile to devote a video to them. As for the clay, Kneipp worked a lot with clay, but only passed on his work to a friend orally. So he gives in his books only one example during a treatment of varicose veins. So I'm going to start with this clay example, but I will not read the whole treatment because it takes many pages. And this is because, unlike many other troubles that can be overcome by local applications, like finger osteoarthritis, varicose veins are stubborn and they require a general treatment of the whole body. So it is quite long. As a result, I limit myself to what he says about clay. And next I'll go on with the case where he uses salt, which is also highly absorbent. So I invite you to read these excerpts. Here we go. The excerpt on clay is in his book My Will, page 398. So it's about a woman, Agathe, had so many varicose veins that she couldn't count them. I'm going to skip her long-lasting suffering and the first prescriptions of Kneipp, and we'll start with the third prescription. She had to wrap herself twice a week during the night from the top of the ankles to the knees, that is the calves, with a towel soaked in clay water. She had to make a similar application twice a week with a towel soaked in a decoction of hay flowers. These shirts caused the formation of several abscesses that opened, disgorged, and healed. The hay flower shirt exerted a resolving action to the deepest of the tissues. Clay an absorbing action. Corrupted materials were drawn to the surface of the skin and removed. If only clay wraps had been used, the liquids would have been absorbed, but the indurations would have persisted. So the treatment goes on, taking care of the inside, also with other applications, but then he comes to the inside and prescribes infusions like horsetail, absinthe, tormentil, rosemary, and so on. So to summarize, clay has a strong absorbing power. It will pull out of the body everything that does not belong there, but it cannot dissolve. And it is important to keep this in mind if one wants to work with buds. Because clay being almost a universal remedy, one might think that it can also overcome osteoarthritis on its own, but not so. Okay, we will now see what Kneipp says about salt water applications and their action. There are many examples about salt in his books, but I limit myself to the one case which shows all the power of salt. And I read now in his book, Thus Shall Thou Live, Hints and Advice for the Healthy and the Sick, page 346. The young André, aged 11, had scarlet fever and an extraordinary inflammation. At first it seemed not too bad, but suddenly his body got swollen from head to foot. The pain was getting worse very quickly. The skin was shining like porcelain. It was obvious that the liquids didn't drain anymore. If he had not been treated immediately, or if he had only been given remedies for the inside, the child would be dead. But they made him put on a shirt soaked in salt water and so rubbed him from head to foot. The pores opened and liquids found a way out. The canvas pumped the water and the unfortunate André was better. By doing this 2 or 3 times a day, and each time for an hour and a half, all of the water was soon pumped. The child was also given each hour a spoonful of an infusion of horsetail and juniper berries. This way the liquids did not accumulate anymore in the body or disappeared through the stool and urine. So, to summarize, salt opens the pores, causes sweating, and pumps all the dissolved substances. Its action is comparable to the sun that pumps all the dissolved substances of the clothes that are dried in the sun. And the washing is the very source of inspiration of Kneipp. If you want to whiten a canvas, he says, that has become grey, you will have to wash it several times. The same applies with the treatment of health disorders. And just like the cloth is purified more and more by being washed and exposed to the sun, so the greatest diseases can be cured by ablutions and a sustained heat. And this brings me back to the alternative for the poultice. 3 things are needed to replace it. 1. Dissolvent applications. Hay flowers, oat straw or pine shoots are the best plants. But if they are not available, one can use also oat flakes, linden, and maybe Salmanoff's buds, which are based on pine. Remember, I spoke of Salmanoff in video 18, as he has worked with Kneipp and has also continued his work. I didn't try out the Salmanoff's buds, but there is a lot of info on the internet, and so you can easily find more info there. 2 absorbing applications, as we have seen today, green clay and salt. And 3 infusions. My preferred one is linden, but for sure other diuretics can be used. Well, with these examples you can now further explore and juggle at pleasure. As I said in the beginning, the main thing is to understand the idea. I told you I would set up a Facebook group, and it is under development. I already created a Facebook page named Vivian Rheumatism Cure. So the same name as the YouTube channel, but with the name Vivian too. So, and the group with the same name will be soon online. Check it out maybe in a couple of days or weeks, and start sharing your experiences and teaching us your own progress. Well, that's it for today. Till the next video. Bye bye.